Sup guys, Liamoki here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Had Ragna's Powers. This is part 20. In the last part, Izuku fought against Jin with their match being a draw because Izuku had to give it his all to snap his brother out of his crazed murder state against him, with him losing control of the power of order, but also doing so forced Izuku to use the Blazblue a fourth time, causing his body for a massive shock, and then vomiting up some blood, passing out alongside his little brother. So, with that said, let's get into this, everyone. As Izuku wakes up, he soon realizes that he's not in the infirmary. Instead, he's actually in a hospital. And looking at the shape and the setting of the hospital room, he realized that he's in the same hospital that Saya is in. He's saying, "What the hell, Jin?" As soon somebody wakes up beside him, being his mother, and saying, "Oh, Izuku, you okay? I was so worried." As Izuku saying, "Mom, what are you? Jin, where's Jin?" It's saying he's okay. He's just in another room in the same hospital as you, but he hasn't woken up yet. I think it's because you went a little too hard on him, knocking him out. As Izuku's saying, "Well, of course I had to knock out that dumbass. He needed it more than anybody, after all." As after saying this, he soon feels a sharp pain in his body, saying, "Okay, that hurt. Okay, I don't think yelling is a good idea." Saying, "Well, you did go overboard. I was worried. I saw you puking up all that blood. What happened? What happened to your quirk, Izuku?" As Izuku saying, "It's what happens when I push myself, Mom. That's all you need to know. But I promise I won't worry you like that again. But I'm more worried about Jin after the stunt he pulled, after all." And she's saying, "I know. His quirk, originally I always thought his quirk was just an ice quirk after all. But it's similar to that of Saya's, but not as powerful though." As Izuku saying, "Yeah, they're twins after all, so it's supposed to be expected that they have the same type of quirk, even if it is somewhat different in their own way after all. But I need to talk to Jin." Saying, "You can't go anywhere just yet." As Izuku saying, "Yeah, I get that you're worried, but still, I need to talk to that idiot, especially on what happened. As I know how he's going to feel. He's going to feel like he blamed himself, that he lost control, nearly attempt to kill me, all that other stuff. I get it. That's why I need to tell him that it's not his fault. It was just in the heat of the moment, that's all. So it can't be helped. That's why I want to tell him in person. You can't just tell him for me, Mom. Please?" She's saying, "Okay, fine." Soon, Inko helped Izuku out of his bed, but grabbing his IV after all, so he can get to Jin's room. And she tells him where he is. He soon steps in front of the door and opens it, saying, "Jin, As he was about to scream at his younger brother, he soon sees a couple of his classmates in his room and saying, What the hell are you guys doing here?" As it being Ochako, Ida, Tsuyu, Kirishima, Jiro, Bakugo, and even Momo as well. As they all scream out, "Midoriya, you're awake!" As they all rush at him. Soon, Kyoko was the one who actually hugged him, saying, "You idiot! You made me worry! What the hell is wrong with you?" As Izuku saying, "Hey, you think you could let go of me? Still in pain here." As she's saying, "Sorry, but I think you actually deserve it, dumbass." As Izuku saying, "Still, what the hell are you guys doing here?" As soon, Ochako saying, "We came to see how you guys were doing. We went to your room first, but you didn't wake up. So we came to see how Jin was doing. And As Ida's saying, we also came to ask questions on what happened during your match. And why was he obsessed trying to kill you after all? With Bako saying, you got some explaining to do, Deku. So does your dumbass brother. As Izuku saying, okay. As Jin, who is awake but not saying anything, as he just looks at the window, as he thinks, so, is this how Saya sees the world? In this one little room? Guess I can't complain, since I was nothing but a burden to brother today. Just like her. I'm no different. As soon Izuku in Jin's place began explaining Jins Quirk, Yukianasa, that it's more than just an ice-controlling quirk. It's also a quirk that's job is to keep control of the laws of nature in this world. Things that don't seem like they belong in this world in any kind of way. As they would think that's insane. As Izuku began explaining that the power of order, his job is to control reality and warp it back to what it's originally made. That also means people as well. To control this power, Jin created a second personality as a kid. And it's kind of what controls him and what makes him go on such a murderous rampage. Mostly against me, after all. As they all say, what the hell are you talking about? As Jin keep on hearing this, as he clenches his hand to his bed sheets, as he's saying, please, brother, don't say it. The main reason why Jin was sent to America is because he almost nearly killed me, after all. As it was when we were kids. It was just an accident, but for a split second he used his quirk onto me. He activated the power of order and nearly cut off my head. He did stab me in the heart. He did nearly stab me in the heart, though. I won't lie about that. He says this nonchalantly, as everyone's saying, how could you forgive him so easily? Because he's my brother. He's my family. I care about him. And I can tell he was suffering, nearly almost killing me. And sending him to America, at first, it was to help out our mom, but the main reason was to keep him away from me. I thought being in America helped him control his quirk. As Jin saying, it did. It helped me realize that you were my hero, and that I nearly killed you. You were always striving to become strong, to prove others that you weren't a villain. And yet, subconsciously, I don't think that's the case. I believe that you would destroy this world one day. The one who would bring it to its knees. It keeps telling me, I keep hearing this over and over again in my head. To kill you, brother. But it can't be helped. I thought I was able to suppress it. Able to deny it, that is existence. As Izuku saying, Jin, it's not your fault. You... As Bako saying, so this is the reason why. You've acted so mopey. You've been alone for so long because you believe that you're the reason why Jin is acting like he is. Now I know why Jin's so goddamn obsessed with you. It isn't just because you're his idol. It's because he really wants to kill you as well. That's the reason is what I'm getting as well. Soon everyone else hears this, with Todoroki saying, Midoriya, tell me, do you still care about your brother? As he asked Jin this question, and saying, of course I care about my brother. Izuku is the one true hero. He has the heart, the skill, the strength, the motivation, what it truly means to be a hero. And I nearly took that life away just because I can't control my quirk. I can't control my power. After this, everyone looks at Jin with sorrow eyes. And as Izuku saying, Jin, I don't hate you. Personally, I still think you're damn crazy for crying out loud. And your obsession with me really does need to goddamn stop. We are brothers for crying out loud. As it's just saying, Izuku. But you have gotten stronger. I will admit it. You have definitely no longer the little crybaby I remember as a kid. And not only that, you're not the same person who nearly tried to kill me back then. Sure, part of him did resurface during our fight, but I can tell you had somewhat control over it. But I won't lie, I have to thank the person who shot you with the damn fireball, as he thinks, was that you, Kachan? As saying, how the hell would I be able to? An attack, and you said a fireball, not an explosion, dumbass. As he's saying, Todoroki? That wasn't me, but I do know the person who did. As saying, Endeavor. I believe my dad saved your life, even if it was interfering in your match. As Izuku's saying, great. I was saved by that very bastard that I wanted to show up. Gotta be kidding me. As Shoto's saying, honestly, I can understand how you feel, Midoriya, but I am glad he did step in to help you. As everyone else nods as well. It's Suyu looking at Jin saying, you know, Jin, you can't... If you feel like you're overwhelmed and you feel like you need to talk to anybody that isn't your brother, we're here for you too. After all, we're all classmates and friends. As Jin's saying, I don't have friends. All I need is my brother. As Izuku's saying, shut the hell up, Jin. All of us need friends. Even me. I was alone for so long because people were afraid of me. Because I know you were gone. Saya was here in this hospital. I felt so alone. But then I met Master and knew. They filled the hole in my heart. My Master Jubei trained me and gave me love that I needed. But I'm over her. And my Master has done so much for me. Then I met Jiro. Then everyone else here in Class 1A. I'm thankful. And then I met Bullet. I reunited with Naoto. If anything, I'm glad that I came to UA. And honestly, I'm glad you came as well, Jin. I'm happy to have my brother back in my life. Even if you are sometimes a psychopath. As Jin begins crying. As saying, brother, your words are too kind for somebody like me. Somebody who doesn't deserve them from my idol. As soon, Izuku went up to his brother and then just puts his hand on his head, saying, Jin, you really have gotten stronger. So, continue getting stronger. Control the power of order. And then, I will acknowledge you not as my little brother, but as a hero as well. As Jin saying, I promise, brother. I will. I seriously will. After hearing this, Ochako, Suyu, and even Momo began tearing up alongside Ida too. As Baku's saying, yo, Deku, you said that your little sister Saya's here too? As even Shoto was getting a little bit curious as well, saying, yeah, Saya's here, so what about it? As soon saying, look, if you guys want to go see her, not a chance in hell. I'm not gonna let that happen. As everyone's saying, why not? Because I'm not going to let my sister meet Kachan after all these years. Same goes for you, Todoroki, and no offense to you, Ida. I don't mind bringing the girls along if they want. As soon they all realized he's an overprotective older brother with a sister complex. As Bakyo saying, whatever, do what you want. I don't really care. I just want to ask the damn question, that's all. Seeing that you're awake and everything else, I'm going to head home. And I got my damn answer too. So see you tomorrow, or who knows what. As he exited out of Jin's room, with Shoto saying, I need to do the same. Tomorrow I need to go talk to somebody. With Yaoyorozu saying along, I should go as well. Soon Ida was about to leave as well. I need to go somewhere here in the hospital. I need to wait. And as Izuku saying, you're staying here in the hospital too? Ida, look, I'm grateful that you want to help me out, as soon Ochako asks, it's not that, Izuku. The reason being, Ida's brother is in the hospital. As Izuku saying, wait, Ingenium's here? What happened? As Ida's saying, he was attacked by the hero killer. I just need to be there by his side. I'm just glad I got to see you, Midoriya, and talk to your brother as well. You really do care about him, and I appreciate that. Goodbye. As he exits the room, as Izuku saying, damn it, I didn't know. How could... Soon, Kyoka grabs Izuku by the shoulder saying, you got some explaining to do. You can tell me on your way to meet your sister, after all. As Izuku is nervously saying, alright, if you say so, Jiro. As Ochako and Tsuyu are the only ones left in Jin's room, with both of them kind of confused, with Jin saying, I guess there they go, after all. And soon, Izuku began explaining more about himself, his quirk, and also about Nu, and how she was his first girlfriend. But now that she left without saying anything, he's now over her, thanks to Bakugo. Not only that, he also explained about his quirk too, about how originally he was going to die at an early age if he didn't continue to drain people's energy. So there was that as well. Soon Kyoka just playing to his arm as she's saying, it's about time you told me everything, idiot. As Izuku just smiled saying, yeah, I guess you're right, Kyoka. As they finally make it to Saya's room, Izuku knocks saying, Saya, I'm coming in, and I also brought somebody too. As he opens the door, Saya was already in front. As she's saying, oh, brother, you're here. As Izuku saying, Saya, what are you doing out of bed? Aren't you supposed to... Sorry, I heard that you and Jin were here, so I wanted to see how both of you were. As Izuku saying, Saya, you're still... I don't think the doctors would want you getting out of bed. Come on. As Kyoka saying, he really is an overprotective brother, just by looking at him. And his actions too. As soon, Saya sat back on her bed, with her saying, so, who's this? As Izuku saying, this is Kyokajiro. She's one of my classmates, and is she also your girlfriend? As Izuku began blushing alongside Jiro, and saying, no, she's not, well, I mean, I do like her, but, she's saying, wait, you what? As Saya soon saying, oh, that's so sweet. My brother actually has a girlfriend again. I'm so glad that you were able to find somebody after what happened between you and Nu. I'm so glad. I can't be any happier for you, Izuku. As Izuku begins blushing, saying, well, she's not my girlfriend yet, as he hasn't even asked her that. With Kyoka grabbing her earphone jacks and tapping them together and feeling really, really embarrassed from Saya's comment. As Izuku saying, Jiro, you want to say something here? As she's saying, shut up. And just as she's saying, Saya Midoriya, is it? It's a pleasure to meet you. She's saying, likewise. Soon, Saya's saying, is Jin anywhere near here? He's saying he's a couple doors down. So if you want to, I can probably. He's probably still recovering. So if you want to see him, I could try asking any of the nurses or the doctor if it's okay for you to come out of your room. But if you're still feeling a little bit weak, just saying it's okay, brother. You don't have to worry about me. I'm stronger. I'm getting stronger as we speak. Heck, I may be able to come back home soon. I'm starting to get a hang of my quirk now. It's saying, wait, you are? So it's not making you sick anymore? It's saying, well, I still feel a little woozy, but it's not as much as it used to be. That's all. As Izuku's saying, that's good to hear. With Kyoki saying, he really does care about his family a lot. And he cares a lot about others too. Just by looking like a delinquent, he really is somebody really sweet. As the time goes by, Izuku heads back to his hospital room. As Inko has left and went to go see Jin since he has woken up, with Izuku looking, I was able to get his phone, which was laying on the table, as he looks through it and realized, wait, what the hell is this? UA Sports Festival. Winner is Izuku Midoriya. As saying, but I passed out. How the hell could they announce me the winner? I mean, how? As he begins looking at the news article and then seeing a video, as the video basically says that Izuku Midoriya defeated his younger brother, Jin Midoriya, who went berserk and began spouting to kill his own brother. After finally subjugating his younger brother and knocking him out, Izuku Midoriya was crowned the winner of the UA Sports Festival, but after passing out. Since he wasn't there, even though he won, he wasn't there for his award ceremony, but the young hero still gave it his all. Even with a villain quirk, a hero is a hero, even in the times of like this. As Izuku just doesn't say anything, as he puts his phone on the bed, begins tearing up, is saying, I won. I really did won. I did it, All Might. I actually won! As soon saying, well done, my boy. You really did win the sports festival. As Izuku saying, All Might, you're here! Wait, so you've come to visit me? A couple times, actually. You've been out for almost 10 hours after the sports festival. And a couple of your classmates were worried about you too. And Izuku saying, yeah, I know. Thanks for coming to see me, All Might. Saying, of course. But right after the sports festival, I was really worried about you. Especially what you did. And I'm more curious about the Blazblue now than ever. As Izuku saying, why you say that? You said that it was allowed you to use 100% of One For All, alongside an ability that allows you to warp reality how you see fit. Isn't that right? Izuku saying, yeah, so? Well, those abilities. The ability to fly, it reminded me quite a bit of my master's quirk. As Izuku saying, your master? You mean the previous holder of it? Yes. Her name was Nane Shimura. Her quirk was called Float. It allowed her to fly in the air. So, as Izuku saying, I see. I guess that makes sense, after all. Why I was able to fly with just one wing. But getting other quirks from the other One For All users? That's insane. I thought I was just warping reality to how I see fit. But it did seem a little bit weird. When I used to Blazblue before, I never could fly. But now I can. As All Might saying, I believe if you use the Blazblue more, you should be able to tap into more and more of the other Quirk One For All users' quirks. I don't know many of the other ones, but there is one person's quirk I do know about. His name was Daigoro Banjo, and his quirk was called Black Whip. As Izuku sang, Black Whip. Huh. I don't... Actually, if that's the case, it wouldn't be too different from my own quirk after all. After all, controlling darkness is my specialty. As Izuku says this with a smug smile, with All Might smiling, saying, That's the spirit, my boy. So, you plan on getting stronger soon? As Izuku saying, Once I get out of the hospital, I'm going to start training right away. As Izuku saying, But I think I might need to hold off on that for a bit. As All Might saying, Why you say that? Well, I promised somebody I would spend time with them more. That's all. As All Might saying, Oh, I see. Soon, the day has ended and Izuku is still in the hospital, but a couple doctors said that he's now fully recovered. But they were worried about when he did vomit up a lot of blood, as they began explaining that his body went through a huge strain, causing many of his organs to be failures and shutting down, so forcing him to vomit up a little bit of blood and passing out as well. But now that they're working fine, and he's been in the hospital for the time being, they have nothing to worry about. If anything, they're more surprised on how fast Izuku's healing is. As Izuku saying, I've been a fast healer all my life. I think it's due to my quirk after all. But even so, thanks for the notice, Doc. Any rate, I'll catch you later. As Izuku gets on a couple of clothes that his mom sent him, they soon asked, Oh yeah, about Jin, is he? Don't worry, young man. He's in no critical condition either. He was able to leave this morning, in case you were wondering. As Izuku saying, That's good to hear. Thank you. After that, Izuku gets out of the hospital with a certain person waiting for him, being Jiro. As Izuku saying, Did you wait long? Is saying, Nope, just got here actually. With the two smiling at each other, and then looking in each other's eyes for a little bit. As the two just spent time together, hanging out, went to a couple of music shops, went to the mall for a bit, and also and last but not least, they went to a karaoke bar. As Kyoka has realized that Izuku cannot sing for shit. But Izuku is really impressed that Kyoka is a beautiful singer, that she isn't just an amazing musician. After leaving, Izuku saying, You didn't have to be that damn blunt about my singing. With her saying, I'm sorry, it's just, you're really that bad. Saying, I prefer guitars over freaking vocals, if anything. So sue me if I can't sing. As she begins giggling and laughing at the comments, with Izuku also laughing as well, saying, I actually had a good time with you, Kyoka. Thanks for spending time with me. Saying, don't mention it, Izuku. And she soon grabs his right hand, as Izuku was surprised, saying, Are you sure you want to? It's fine. After all, it's part of you, after all. Izuku blushes, saying, Yeah, I guess so. With the two walking hand to hand to the train station together. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear this. Also, this entire part was more of Izuku trying to build his relationship with Kyoka after all. So yeah, if it wasn't so action-packed and everything, just tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, which really helps out the channel a lot. And also, I'll leave a link to my gaming channel and my Discord as well in the description below. So this is Yamuki, signing out. Later.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!